In today's video, we're going to be talking about the layers of the skin, which are the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. Let's not forget that in the last video, I said that the hypodermis is the part of the skin that is visible to the eyes, that people can see, and it also creates the skin tone. Epidermis is also has 5 different layers, which are the stratum spinosum, the stratum lucidem, the stratum basale, the stratum granulosum, and the stratum corneum. Now, we're going to pick them one by one to explain and have better knowledge about it. So, what is the stratum basale? The stratum basale is a single layer of cell which produces keratinocytes, which is constantly going through mitosis to produce new cells. And as the new cells are being produced, the existing cells are pushed away from the stratum basale into the macula cell, which is responsible for the sensory nerves and the production of melanocytes, which is also responsible for the production of melanin, which gives the skin and hair its color. The next layer of the skin we are going to be talking about is the stratum spinosum. What is the stratum spinosum? The stratum spinosum is grainy in appearance and it joins cells together via a structure named the desmosome. The desmosome are interlocked with each other and they create a stronger bond between the cells. The stratum spinosum consists of 8 to 10 layers of the keratinocytes, which are formed as a result of the cell division in the stratum basale. The keratinocytes in the stratum spinosum begins the synthesis of keratin, and they produce a water-repelling glycolipid, which helps in the prevention of water loss from the skin. As new keratinocytes are being made or produced in the stratum basale, the keratinocytes present in the stratum spinosum are then pushed into the stratum granulosum. The next layer of the epidermis we are going to be talking about is the stratum granulosum. The stratum granulosum make up a bulk appearance of the keratinocytes, and they generate high amount of protein, which is the keratin, which is fibrous, and the keratin, which accumulates lamellar granules from the cells. They are grainy in appearance, and due to the chain is made from the stratum spinosum, they become flatter and their cell membranes are thickened. They also form the stratum corneum and the stratum lucidem. The 4th layer of the epidermis we are going to be talking about is the stratum lucidem. The stratum lucidem is a smooth layer of the epidermis that is found just above the stratum granulosum and below the stratum corneum. It is found in the thick layer of our palm, our sole, and our digits. The keratinocytes that are found in this stratum lucidem are dead and they are flattened. The last layer of the epidermis we are going to be talking about is the stratum corneum. The stratum corneum is the layer that is exposed to the outside environment. The layers in the stratum corneum are shed periodically, and the new cells they are replaced by the new cells that are pushed from the stratum granulosum and the stratum lucidem. And the entire layer is replaced within the space of 4 weeks. Now we are going to be moving down to the layers of the dermis. The layers of the dermis are classified into 2 layers, which are the papillary layer and the reticular layer. Now, what is the papillary layer? What is the papillary layer? The papillary layer contains of collagen and elastin fibers that aids hydration of the skin. The papillary layer also consists of defensive cells that fight bacteria or infection that has breached the skin. Now, the second layer of the dermis is the reticular layer. What is reticular layer? The reticular layer consists of the dense, irregular connective tissue, which is attributing to the skin flexibility. It also brings the elasticity to the skin, and it binds water to keep the skin hydrated. The deeper layer of the skin, which is the hypodermis, is well vascularized. That is, it has numerous blood vessels. The hypodermis is home to fat. Is home to fat when numerous people are trying to keep their weight in check. So I would want us to be careful of what we use on our skin because they can affect us to our blood vessels. We've seen how the stratum corneum, how new cells are being generated, how they are formed on the skin. So whatever things penetrate to the skin can also get to the blood vessels because they are all connected. The epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. So I want us to be very careful of what we use on our skin. Most of the chemicals we use on our skin, they can be very nerve-wracking, they can be very dangerous. So once you have this knowledge on how they are all connected, then I believe that you should be able to understand that whatever you use on your skin can be dangerous or can make you glow, or can make you glow now and still destroy your skin later on. Thank you. Please just make sure you subscribe to my channel, and we'll be talking next week, and we are going to be talking about pigmentations. Thank you.